Last episode on Sailing Millennial Falcon. After a wet and slightly smelly sail to the volcanic island of Montserrat, we checked into the country and hitchhiked, walked and bussed our way to the volcano observatory. We then met a fellow cruiser who took us for a ride on his subwing around the bay. Okay, so this morning we are leaving Montserrat and we're heading up to Nevis of St Kitts and Nevis. It should be about 30 miles and it's about 10 to 15 knots of wind, I think. So we're kind of thinking that it might be a bit of a slow day. However, as has been our experience pretty much for the whole of the last few months, it's usually about 5 to 10 knots more knots of wind than what is predicted. So we'll see how we go, but we're both really hoping, because we deserve some time off of this, to just sit here with our books and read and sail, and it would be nice and leisurely sail, but as I've mentioned, it's never ever the case. So we'll see how we go.
I don't know what to do with myself now. So used to like watching a gauge, like sitting here with a terse look on my face, watching the dial, waiting for a...
What's your usual position, Adam? What's your usual captain position?
Shush. Go back last episode, you'll see plenty of it. So used to just sitting there like waiting, ready and waiting to jump up and take a reef.
Oh.
And yeah. See,
look, my feet are actually able to stand here, not like bracing like that.
The luffing jib is the biggest problem we have today. Hopefully.
Bread in the background too, because I've got some bread on.
Jeez, we're really overselling this morning, aren't we? With the sweet scent of bread and freshly squeezed juice in the air. The fish are jumping over, singing songs at us, and the birds are chirping. This is not that same position, if that's why you're getting switched. How good is this? We do this all day. This is why I must say this every time it's a nice sail, but like, if every day like this was sailing, I'd never stop. I'd never put an anchor down, I'd just get ready.
What is our plan for the day?
I'm going to make this cup of coffee, and when I get to the bottom of that, I'm going to reassess. We just talked about this. What is the plan? Right, the plan today, we're going to go check in. We just got caught by the port cops, and by caught I mean they know we're here now. So we're going to go to town. We're going to pay the piper for the mooring balls, which to those of you who don't know or haven't been here before, they're going to charge you regardless if you anchor or go on a mooring ball. It's all the same to them. They will charge you whether you anchor or take a mooring ball. So we have to go and pay for that. Then we check in with customs and immigration. The plan is to just kind of cruise around the town for a little while, and then there's a trail that goes around the island that is a heritage trail of sorts. So we're going to get a map for that from the tourist office and try to walk slash hitchhike slash bus around there, and hopefully we'll get a good little cross section of Nevis Island history and sights. Having achieved adequate levels of caffeination, we got ready and headed to town. Before we could go anywhere though, we had to untangle our mooring lines.
So before we were just about to head out, the police boat came around and said that we're wrapped up in a mooring ball, and we are. No idea, because the wind was fairly strong last night. We shouldn't have had any issues with the mooring ball, but Adam's just gone out to try and see if he can untangle us, and he can't. So I've just started up the engine. We're going to go off the mooring ball, and then we're going to go back onto the mooring ball with Adam there, able to pick us up. All right. Yep. Okay, I think I might have done it.
4 hours later, well, sorry, not 4, that's an overestimate. Probably 2 hours later, we can finally go and check in.
Immigration office, customs office and port office. Perfect. Upstairs. Hi.
So, what did that take? 2 hours?
Yeah.
2 hours later, we're all checked in. Everyone was very pleasant, very official, very professional. We're a couple of hundred EC lighter, I think, all said and done, maybe
Yeah.
50 EC total. So now we're going to go get some breakfast somewhere and start adventuring.
Wander around the town. We couldn't find the tourist office was not open, so we've just had a little look on our maps, and we're going to go down to Fort Charles, but just down here on the corner. And from what we hear, there might be monkeys there. Fingers crossed that they show up for us today. We don't.
Wild
do we have
monkeys.
Food? Yeah.
Do we? Oh, yeah.
I think it's dangerous though to give them food.
Do you remember the story of how the monkeys got here? I'll have to dub it in.
I do believe the French brought them over in the 1600s when they first. Oh, the sand is really, really hot. Oh. Finish the story later. Okay, so I think in 1680 was when the country was first found, and they a little while later they brought across monkeys. I think from France. I don't know why though. It's a very good story. Serious situation going on with my hats. They just are blinding me. It's so annoying. I'm trying to be sun smart, etc, etc. But look, how am I meant to go around walking around like this? So yeah, I'm picking up some coat hangers to try and see if I can put a little ring around here with metal.
Sailed for 12 hours to get here. What do? Find a coat hanger on the beach and try to fix your hat.
It's working. We have the best hat on the island soon. New sun hat, Mark 1.
It's not bad, I think.
You can still see the wire, so I'll go back to the boat and I'll do some fine tuning to it. But this is my first attempt, which at least it actually provides some freaking sunshade, and I can see. Oh, I can see 180. Oh my god.
It's actually a really good job.
Right here. I'm like, what's going on around that corner?
Considering you found a coat hanger on the side of the road, and you fixed your hat with it in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Sitting in a torn down
in the middle of the
16th
ruins.
century fort. Not bad.
Yeah, so we didn't find any monkeys, which is very disappointing.
Found one monkey.
I really kind of thought there would be some monkeys here.
It's alright, we've only done
Found
like
lots of cows.
2 miles.
Yeah, I guess
Chance
so.
tomorrow, and we're not leaving today. Whoa, that's a thorn.
Oh. So we were running low on noodles because we keep making ramen. Carrots and cabbage last for so long on the boat, and
eggs.
really, really cheap. So just come here and we found these really, really cheap noodles, and they're so many flavours. So I think we should stock up now. I mean, look, they have like so many flavours. Chicken tortilla. Oh, I've never heard of them before. Lime shrimp.
It's probably all the same as stock, you know, with different packaging.
Definitely. Ooh, chicken. We don't have any chicken flavour either.
Alright, that's enough. It's getting out of hand.
No, it's
that's
not.
Enough.
You can never have too many noodles.
We'll come back. We'll come back.
Thankfully, while we were inside the supermarket, it was...
hat, goofbag.
Shut up! Shut up!
Did you get satellite radio with that thing? What you doing there, wrecking ball?
Guess who broke yet another pair of sunglasses? I climbed back into the dinghy and Adam actually had these on his head. He was wearing them.
On
Like
his
so,
face
on
at the
his
time.
face. And me, like a bull in a china shop, was like, wait, let's get into the dinghy. And I sent flying at him, apparently. And knocked his glasses off, and the lens too. I'm such an elephant. Don't know how I do it. So anyway, he has one pair left, and because obviously there are concerns I'm going to break them, we all know I will eventually, I'm trying to glue these ones back together as a backup.
So as many of you might know, our water maker is on the fritz, and we've been catching rainwater as often as we can to keep the tanks topped up, and it's becoming increasingly more difficult to find places to fill up water. In summary, in case it's not obvious, I'm very much overdue for a hair wash, as is Khiara, although it's much less obvious. So we're going to take this opportunity to we've been putting it off for a week, so we're going to just do a salt water.
We haven't been putting off, we've just been forgetting.
We have.
In our defence.
We've been putting it off.
In our defence, we have just been forgetting, it's not putting it off. We go swimming and everything, but it's just the washing of the hair. That's our issue.
So we're going to have a little bit of a salt water scrub-a-dub-dub, and then we're going to use some rainwater that we caught to rinse it all out afterwards. And that should buy myself another month. Come on, ragamuffin.
It's really, really cold. It's not cold, it's windy.
I think I saw a bird come and lay an egg in your hair.
Your hair's in my face.
Alright, here we go.
1, 2, 3. You didn't die.
That's payback. Payback for that one time in Florida when I jumped off the sand dune and you just stood at the top and laughed. Payback.
No, let's go for a warm proper shower. Monthly shower done.
Check.
Immediately applies sunscreen back on. I'm going to film from in here so that hopefully the wind noise from outside doesn't come into contact with this microphone. Does anyone else do this to catch water? They open up the tanks, lay a towel down and catch water that way. I was curious as to what everyone else does to kind of catch water other than laying a tarp down and you know, like having that little hose through it as well. We do have that option, but we've tried it and it doesn't really work because it flaps around a lot in the wind. Does anyone else do this? We're gonna go to Four Seasons? No, we're just gonna go to a beach bar just down the way.
We cannot
in the
afford to go
direction
to
of the Four Seasons.
We're gonna go sit out front of the Four Seasons and pretend like we're patrons there. Well, there's a bar on the beach. So we're in Nevis Island, as you probably know by now. And there's a private beach up here, but there's a little bar on the edge of the private beach where all the poor people go. So we're gonna go there. You must always properly secure your dinghy to the beach when going ashore, ladies and gentlemen.
I swear I'm way more hysterical about than I should be.
Yeah, I don't know if that'll make the final cut.